What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Repeat after me. It's Friday. Love me Fridays. Friday, June 3rd, 2026. It is 9 minutes after 6 here in the morning in the great communist state of New York. Right before I went away on my vacation a couple weeks ago to Aruba, a gentleman by the name of Kevin from Brooklyn, BK in the house, sent a nice sizable donation to the nonprofit, and I ghosted him. But Kevin, I got something real special for you. You were expecting version 2.0, but this is quite officially this is the only original remaining in my possession that's not framed. There are two that are framed. This is version 1.0. This is the Mikey Pipes Pipe Doctor Make the Trades Great Again version 1.0 poster. I had it commissioned at the Hatch show print, as you see there on the bottom. I'm going to hook you up, brother. I'm going to hook you up right now. I'm going to autograph it for you, and I'm going to put it in a mailing tube. Now, I don't think you're going to get it tomorrow, which is Saturday, but Monday you should definitely have it, because I'm putting it in the mailing tube, and you're going to get it. I'm also going to bless you with a bunch of stickers. I know how people love their stickers. Oh, trust me, I know. People, hold on. People love stickers, and I am going to hook you up. I have some nice stickers, but first, I need to reload my business card magnet. My business card holder, because it's been empty, and I keep remembering that it's empty as I am about to hand one to a client. I'm like, oh, sorry, no cards left. I'm hooking you up. And also, Brian Bacher in Inverness, Florida. He won the recovery machine from Beaver on the Mikey Pipes Orlando YouTube channel when we did that collaboration with the Kings of Mini Splits and ACiQ about a month ago in Central Florida. So Brian's getting that, Kevin's getting this, and we're ready to have a great Friday. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Love me Fridays. You know what? Let me go down. There you go. Love me Fridays, folks. We had a great week here at Pipe Doctor. Really great week. I don't think we're going to do a free Friday today. It's just such a nice day. Just want to hang out by the pool this afternoon. Hopefully all the guys can get to go home a little bit earlier today. That's the goal on Fridays, but James and Daniel do have 4 jobs each. I have 2. I have 2 pool heaters. One's not too far away in East Rockaway, and the other one's in Melville. Let's see. We have, a lot going on today. Yesterday, we put in that 4-ton Mikey Pipes powered by ACiQ side discharge heat pump inverter system. It's crazy how the installing contractor 9 years ago installed these 4 systems in this client's home. And the first floor had a 3-ton outdoor unit with a 5-ton indoor unit, right? Coleman outside, American Standard inside. Coleman outside, American Standard inside, yes. Basement, 5-ton outdoor, 3-ton indoor, also Coleman American Standard. Master suite, 2-ton outside, 4-ton inside. And the second floor, 3.5-ton and 3-ton. You can't make this stuff up, folks. You can't. I don't get it. So yesterday, we were not only tasked with replacing the first floor system that had a refrigerant leak, we were also tasked with doing maintenance on all the three remaining systems. And if you guys watched the video that we posted yesterday on the Pipe Doctor Mikey Pipes YouTube channel, in between the grill and the coil at the bottom, you had about this much crap in each one. Just lack of maintenance. Inside was mulch. I'm surprised there wasn't like trees growing inside these units, which we've seen before. But also we needed to address the complaint of the basement central air conditioning system not working. And it was very important that we get it working because the wife, she works out. She has a nice home gym. I accidentally went down there and caught her, mid-workout. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But I needed to turn off the circuit breaker, and I yelled, hello, hello, hello in the house. I didn't hear anyone, so I went down to the basement, carefully turning on lights, knocking on doors, make sure I don't wake anyone like in a compromised position. And the wife was working out, but thankfully it was okay. And I turned off the breaker to the outdoor unit, replaced it. But the basement zone, no refrigerant at all, empty, flatter than your sister's breasts. No, flatter than your sister's chest. You know what I'm talking about, because there's nothing to grab. So anyway, yeah, it's the first time here. I usually drop a lot more vulgarities. For basement system flat, and I gave him two options. A, we got to try to find. I feel like very low here. I said, listen, ideally, you replace the system. If money's no object, you replace the system. It's an R410A system. You really can't get R410A equipment, but I can. He goes, really? I was like, oh, the social media thing, right? The influencing, the ambassador. Exactly. So I reached out to my handler, and I said, I need a 3-ton R410A cooling only outdoor unit. Because you need a 3-ton condenser, right? I was like, yes, but it's got to be R410A. I got you. I was like, awesome. I get a price. I almost fall on the floor. I'm like, oh my God, I can't take advantage of them this much, right? I'm joking. So I give them the option. Listen, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars to replace the outdoor unit, but keep in mind that you have this old system. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I texted him, word for word, right? And we'll go from there. So I said, he goes, what's the lifespan of my air handler? I was like, 7 to 15 years, right? And you're at 9. And he goes, what would you do in this case? That's a loaded question, but I'll give you my honest professional opinion. Here we go. This is word for word. I'm just not going to put the dollars and cents in where they belong, right? The outdoor unit has a serious leak. So one option is just to replace the outdoor unit for X and keep that existing air handler. This will get you cooling again, but the indoor air handler is already 9 years old. And there's always a risk with leaving older equipment in place. The indoor coil could last another several years, or it could develop a leak next week, next month, next year, or never. Nobody can honestly guarantee that. But if we replace only the outdoor unit now, and the indoor coil/air handler becomes a problem later, you've basically spent X for a temporary repair and would still be looking at replacing the whole system anyway. Right? Option 2 is to replace the complete system, indoor and outdoor unit, for X dollars. Installed. Since this is not an attic install, it's a little cleaner and less expensive replacement than the one we just did in your attic. If it were my house and I planned on staying there, I would replace the whole system and be done with it. New match system, better efficiency, no obsolete equipment, and you're starting fresh instead of gambling on a 9-year-old system. Take the lifetime maintenance and warranty for $34 a month and be done with it. I think I handled that very professionally. That was honest, genuine, professional feedback on what he should do. So then, this is where you really perform, right? He asked, can we do it for like 20% less, right? Yes, it's a number, right? And he goes, a professional doctor-to-doctor courtesy discount. Second system within a week. And I thought about it for a minute, and the first thing that popped into my mind, okay, if he wants me to do it for, significantly less, what do I have to take out of the job in order to meet that price, right? Do I avoid surge protection? Do I, just mount it on the ground and use the existing pad? Now, don't put a wall mount bracket on, secure to the side of the home. Do I build ductwork, and not have it custom fabricated and lined with insulation on the inside? So I wrote back, honestly, X was already my best number on this one, especially considering it's the second system and we're able to reuse the existing hot water coil. He also has a hydronic fan coil on this air handler in the basement. And I was like, I completely understand asking, and I respect the doctor-to-doctor professional courtesy, but I don't want to cut corners or give you a lesser installation just to hit a number. At X, we're doing it properly with a fully meshed indoor and outdoor system installed correctly, and you're starting fresh instead of putting money into obsolete equipment. If you want to move forward, I can get it scheduled and taken care of. Daniel can come out tomorrow, take measurements for the basement unit. So then he asked, we'll have the option to use hydronic heating and a fan coil for dual fuel on the system. And I said, you have a nest in the basement? And he goes, no, there was no C-wire there. I was like, then yes, we can install the communicating ACiQ thermostat and enable that for dual fuel. So we'll have the heat pump and hydronic coil. So then he goes, what's more energy efficient? Now, we pay around 20 cents a kilowatt hour here for power. And I believe that's all in, right, with some taxes. And I said, if you have a gas boiler, it's going to be more efficient to use the gas boiler, especially on those very milder days, right, where it's, it's in the 40s, right, 50s, you see a little bit of heat going, right? Heat pump, I think it's great for that. The guys at ACiQ may hate me for saying this, but when you drop down into outdoor temperature, you're using more oomph, right? So when you factor in what our fuel costs here on Long Island, New York, it is always more cost effective, with a few exceptions, to use that hydronic heating option if it's gas. Now, if it's oil, the answer is no. Use the heat pump and use the oil when it's like 5 degrees outside. Listen, it's still efficient, but when you compare apples to apples, the heat pump will outperform oil in almost all cases. Now, listen, if you have an option and it's 5 degrees outside or negative 5 degrees outside, will the heat pump work? Absolutely. Absolutely. Are you going to be running at 100% almost? Because these things go down to like negative 20 degrees, negative 27 for the extreme pluses, but 100% you're seeing at negative 15 degrees. So 100% you're at full RPM, full pedal to the metal in that car. So we went back to the mismatched systems. I was like, how about we replace the second floor system, take that out, the outdoor unit, put it in the basement, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you're just asking for trouble. You don't, the second floor system works fine, right? And honestly, I was expecting all of them to be low in refrigerant, but because they're microchannel coils on Coleman systems. Like, I don't understand. Like, the installing contractor, and I know the company, did a beautiful job. I hope they're watching this. They really did a beautiful job, masticking all the joints on the ductwork. Everything's nice and pretty, threaded raw. They really did a really, really nice job. But where they fucked up was mismatching the system. And I'm just thinking for a moment, maybe they did it for efficiency, increasing that coil on the indoor unit to give it more efficiency to maybe meet a utility rebate. That's the only thing I'm thinking. But the GC I spoke to, I know him very well. I was actually at Donna Cola. What's up? I was actually at Donna Cola the other night, and he is like, yo, so what's up? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't know. It's like your guys put it in. I was like, yeah, but it's 9 years ago. Worked for 9 years. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Efficiency, but I don't know. That's the only thing I'm thinking. And maybe if they're watching, they'll tell me. Or they put a 3-ton outdoor with a 5-ton indoor. The basement makes no sense. You have a 5-ton outdoor with a 3-ton indoor. I know what happens. And in my opinion, they just fucked up. Right? And I don't know why, but they did. Happy Friday. There is not going to be a free Friday today, but if you're around, you want to say hi, I'm here. Catch you in the next one. Be well. God bless. Stay safe.